Curry chicken again. There's a little red bit. Look at that. Right. Anyway, it's a bit of pepper, I think. Today I am going to talk about game writing again, because I've had to think about it, and I'm going to tell you. I explained it poorly yesterday. That's the point of these. I know it won't go rambly take videos. I explained it poorly, and today I'm going to explain it better. The 3-act structure I'm going to explain better. So a 3-act structure is setup, then conflict, then resolution. Pretty much everything follows that pattern. Now, I think that some games do it TV box set style, so they have Act 1, 2, 3, Act 1, 2, 3, Act 1, 2, 3, and then so on and so forth, and then maybe like a final Act 3 at the end where they resolve everything. That's what I think some games do, and other games do 1 act, 1 act 2, 1 act 3. So they just have the same as a sort of a movie. A lot of people, when I said that I'm going to go for the more movie approach, were like, no, because that's things like The Order. No. The Order, I have not played The Order, so I don't know what its writing structure is, but that's just something trying to be a movie. I'm talking about just the writing structure as it is. And I came up with some examples. I came up with an example of a TV box set game and a movie game. Because someone said that all old games were movies. I was like, well, not quite. Sorry, all old games were TV box sets. Because Sonic the Hedgehog is a great example of the TV box set. Delicious red thing. Sonic example is... I think it went inside me. So Sonic example is the best hedgehog that I've got. You just stop talking. And then the rabbi said to the dwarf, hello, So, what the fuck? My brain, you know, sometimes it happens, like my brain will just be like, what thing? And I'm like, well, I was doing something. What was that? Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog, right. Sonic the Hedgehog is very simply following the Act 1, 2, 3 structure because it is literally has acts. Like, Act 1 is it sets up the world. It teaches you what all the bad guys do. It teaches you what the hazards in the world are. Then Act 2 ramps up the difficulty, and that's the conflict, and it goes, look, you see if you can get through this. And Act 3 is the boss and resolution, and that's the 3-act structure. And then it just repeats that. So that is an episode of TV, an episode of TV, an episode of TV. That's the TV box set structure, because it's Act 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that is okay, but I think that's better for sort of level things. And like Call of Duty does roughly the same thing, because it does 1, 2, 3, because you're like, go kill this guy, 1, 2, 3, and now this guy, 1, 2, 3, and this guy, 1, 2, 3. But trying to find a good example of a movie game that was easy to explain was quite difficult. Because it's hard to sort of tear a game down, but I came up with a great example. Metroid. Metroid is a movie game. Metroid is a game that follows the Act 1, 2, 3, just once. And it's just once, and it just plays out like a movie would. So the Act 1, the setup, you first get in the world, and you wander around, you haven't explored, there's lots of stuff you can't get to, and you are just pretty much completely locked off for most of it, and you wander around. But, importantly, when you sort of get, if I'm right, I haven't played Metroid for a while, when you sort of get like your first sort of major pickups, the game deposits you back at where you started. So you leave at this ship, you have the ship you start at, and then you piss off. And then you sort of come back to the ship. That is the end of Act 1, because now you're sort of... You've been set up, they've gone, this is the world, this is the sort of hazards it has in it, now you know most of the stuff, here we go. And then for Act 2, you gradually make the world your bitch by unlocking all the items, and just getting all the power-ups, and exploring everything. And that is Act 2, and then Act 3 is the, I've got everything, let's go kick the boss's tits in, and the resolution. That is the Act 1, 2, 3. There's no, like, individual breaks. That is a movie game. Metroid is a movie game. Sonic the Hedgehog is a TV box set. And so I am trying to make something that is just more Metroid than Sonic the Hedgehog. That's what I was trying to ineptly say the other day. And I said it now. So there we go. I don't think there's, like, anything inherently wrong with either. I think you just have to look at what kind of story and what kind of game you've got. Like, my game wouldn't fit the TV box set style. So there's no point in sort of going for it. It's best to go for the movie style because that's the one that fits my style. It does. A spoon just jagged me in the cheek. Ow. Anyway, enough of that. Anybody watch the wrestling last night? Oh my god! I'll talk more about that on Going in Raw, the wrestling podcast that I do. Normally when I watch the wrestling pay-per-views, I tend to like build a little Lego set, and I normally get sort of like halfway through a medium build. So sort of like this little house here, about half of that sort of I could build in the thing. Last night I managed to build Benny's spaceship in its entirety and a little Ferrari. That's the collie of that. Right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to stop talking about writing in the next episode as well, because all my characters are done and I've got the act structure pretty much planned. And now you sort of maybe have a better idea of what I was on about. There's more red bits. What is this? Looks like ladybird poo. Tastes like it.